Hey guys, Francis O'Keefe here for Go Guitar Lessons. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my best practice tip number 2, and that is overspeeding. So let's talk about what this can do for you, and then I'll explain exactly how to do it and exactly what it is really and why it works. So the benefits of overspeeding is that you can increase your speed very fast. You can do it while maintaining accuracy, and you can push past some of these bottlenecks or some of these brick walls that you're hitting with your speed and your accuracy. Okay, so every guitar solo has this section that is insanely fast all of a sudden. And there's one song I'm working on. I'm working on Voodoo Child by SRV, his version of it. There's 2 or 3 bottlenecks that are insanely fast, and I'm using these techniques to actually push past that brick wall that I'm hitting and play the part accurately, extremely accurately. So here's how we do it. Number 1, you have to have a software that can slow down the song that you're working on. So I like to use an app called AnyTune Pro. If you're using an Android device, you're going to have to find a software that is compatible with the Android device, because unfortunately AnyTune Pro is not. Now what you're going to do is you're going to load up the song that you're working on, and we're not going to work on the entire solo. We're going to work on a section of the solo. It's going to be about 5 to 10 seconds of a part. I wouldn't do it with any more than 10 seconds. So we'll just zone in on a part that's no more than 10 seconds long. You're going to find the speed that you are comfortable at playing it at. So it doesn't matter what speed it is. If it's even if it's 25% and you're able to play it at that speed, but you can't really play it any faster, then that is your comfort zone. If it's 75% and you want to keep increasing it, well then 75% is your comfort zone. So whatever your comfort zone is, you're going to push past it. So you're going to put yourself 5 or 10% faster than what you're playing it at now, to the point where you're making mistakes. Okay, so if you're making mistakes by trying to play the solo, that's the zone I want you in. Okay, so that's past your comfort zone, that's into your speed threshold. I want you to play that part about 5 to 10 times, and then I want you to go back to your comfort zone, and I want you to play it 3 to 5 times. And then I want you to go back up until over that speed threshold, and I want you to play it another 5 to 10 times. Now, by this time, you're going to be noticing that you are getting better in that threshold. You're making less mistakes. You're starting to adapt and adjust, and that's exactly what we want to happen here. Your body will adjust a lot faster if you tell it to, if you give it necessities. So it's just like going to the gym. If you add more weight onto what you're lifting, your body's gonna have to react to it, okay? And also, just like going to the gym, you can't stay in your comfort zone. If you're only lifting weights that you're comfortable with, your growth is going to be extremely slow. It's the same thing with the guitar. So we can supercharge your learning and your ability to play faster by using this technique. So that speed threshold that you're in, play it 5 to 10 times, go back to your comfort zone, go back over your speed threshold, and now you're creating a new comfort zone. So if you're originally playing a super fast solo at 25%, well, maybe now your new comfort zone is 30%. Okay, and then we're going to increase that by another 5%. So now your new speed threshold is going to be 5% higher than it was. So you increase it by another 5%, and then you stay in that zone. You're making mistakes, and then you're slowly adjusting, and then you drop back down to your comfort zone again, and you just repeat this process over and over and over again. Remember, the key is to be in the zone that you are making mistakes. You can't be making a lot of mistakes. It can't be a complete train wreck, okay? It has to be the zone where you're making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mistakes, but it's something that is slightly manageable, okay? So I promise you, you will see immediate results. And when I say immediate, I mean like within 5 to 10 minutes, you're gonna see results. I hope this tip made sense to you. Remember, you have to do it with an app that can slow down and speed up your music. You can do it with a metronome. I prefer to do it with an app because it's gonna really force you to stay in the lines of the phrasing of the part that you're learning. If you do it to a metronome, you could potentially change the part a little bit Okay, we don't want that to happen. So I highly recommend using an app to do this. But remember, the key of this is to put yourself in the zone where you are not comfortable and making mistakes. Stay in that zone, play it 5 to 10 times. Within that 5 to 10 repetition, you will see improvements of your accuracy. Bounce back down to your comfort zone, bounce back up over into your speed threshold, and repeat, and then keep pushing your speed threshold by 5%, 5%, 5%. Here's a bonus tip. If you find that you are using this technique and you're just not getting any better whatsoever, what I want you to do is I want you to decrease your speed by 5%, okay, each time until you get to about 25 or 30% lower than you were playing it at. Okay, so and then I want you to go up by 5% each time. Now that's going to help you just consolidate this this section that you're playing, just to make it more solid, and then you're going to be able to push yourself slightly faster again. Don't do this for too long. I mean, you can only do this intense kind of training for about, I say 10 to 20 minutes. 20 minutes, 25 minutes max on that one part, and then you're going to stop. You're going to go on to something different, or you're going to take a break, and you're going to come back to it one day later. Okay, because playing guitar is a lot like going to the gym. Your body is going to adapt the same way. The muscles are going to change overnight, and they're going to build, and they're going to be able to react to what you told them you wanted them to do. So one day later, you come back and you employ the same training technique. And you do this day after day after day, and I guarantee you, you will be able to crush even the fastest, most difficult sections of solos if you do not give up and you employ this technique. So do you think this was a good tip? Did you try it? Did you give up right away? Or did you grin and bear it and put yourself into that speed threshold where you're making a lot of mistakes? Did you see any results? I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to check out some of my other videos.